What's up, everyone? This is Adam with Antique Auto, and this is my 1957 Buick Roadmaster 75 Coupe. I am listing it on eBay, and I wanted to give you a full walk around on it, show you what I have and what I don't have. This is an abandoned restoration project that I purchased over the winter time, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't figure I'd not get to it. So here it is for sale. We've got too many other things going on. So basically what I've done is I've just kind of loosely assembled the car, at least all the big bright work and whatnot, to show you that it's a reasonably complete project. There's still a lot of little trinkets that are missing on the car, but I do have a mostly complete 57 Super Coupe parts car available as well. The chrome on this car it's been done. The bumpers and pretty much all the bright work is done. These taillights are actually really good used, and if you wanted to re-chrome them, you could, but they're excellent drivers. This fuel door is kind of a mess. But the bumper ends are in excellent shape. Everything's super solid. There's no rust on the car at all. Like I was saying earlier, it is an abandoned restoration project. They had just blown this car apart big time. Got it painted and shoved it into a storage locker for a while. I don't know, it came from California, so unfortunately it got knocked around a little bit, so you're gonna see little blips like that. There's another ding. So in theory you could put the car together without fixing any of this, but to me, I would have to, I would repaint the car. So that's just me. There's stuff like that that's kind of a bummer. Let's take a look inside. The interior has basically been completely gutted. This stuff is mostly just sitting on top. The dash pad, 3-piece dash pad. The chrome on the dash is in good shape. From what I've heard, the people that did this owned a chrome shop, and so they did all their own chrome. And so you'll notice stuff like the cowl vent is chromed, and then up under the hood, one hand, all this stuff is chromed in here. I'm not a real big fan of that, but to each his own. Obviously, we are missing an engine and transmission. So, this could be a candidate for a drivetrain swap, LS conversion, or whatever you want to do. I'm not that kind of guy, so that's not something that I would do. But this thing is super solid. Like I said, it's got zero rust, zero rot. These things are too heavy for me to get out right now, so you'll just have to take my word for it on how the floor looks. Trunk floor is in the same situation. Totally rot free. Usually these 57s and 58s rot all the way through here, and then the spare tire well rots as well. So we're super clean here. It's just dirty. It's been sitting for so long, and here it is now. Undercarriage wise, it's clean, but it's clean, but it's dirty. I think they had gone through and painted everything, but there's so many loose ends on this car that need to be tied up, so I would plan on having to just make sure everything's tied up under there. So here are the parts There's a couple little engine bits here, nothing to speak of though. Here's all the interior pieces, the backs of the front seat, front door panels, the I believe this is the lower seat bottom, rear seat bottom, rear valance, rear panels, one of the kick panels, a couple of extra bumper brackets, some wrapped up outside window stainless, and a myriad of other things. So there's a lot of random fasteners in here, and some parts that I just, there's no reason for me to attach anything at this point. So I do have a few other things downstairs as far as interior chrome and a couple of new pieces of glass. I do have a rear windshield for this car. Here, I'll show you what I got here on this parts car. So here's the parts car. Front window is trashed, so I don't have a front windshield for either car, but the rear windshield on this car is in good shape. If you didn't want to take this parts car with you, I can pull this rear window out when you buy the Roadmaster. But there's a lot of stuff on this car that I think you're going to need if you decide to take on the Roadmaster project. You can see that I've got engine transmission in here, but as far as I'm concerned, the engine is pretty much trash. It's been full of water for God knows how long. Transmission may be okay, but you're not getting it out unless you get the crank out of the engine. So that'll have to be pulled as a combo and split apart. But yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a treasure trove for parts for the Roadmaster. I would highly recommend taking this car with you. I would probably take an extra $1,000 for this car if you wanted to take it with you with the Roadmaster. I would probably like to keep these sheet metal parts here, the fenders and the hood, but everything else can go. So coming back to the Roadmaster, they only build a couple thousand of these Roadmaster 75 coupes, and you're light years ahead with all the chrome that's already been finished on this car. And that's usually the big expense on these bad boys. Obviously, we have an interior to build, but I mean, you could spend just a couple $1,000s on bumper ends. Same for the taillight housings as well. So I don't want to park this car out, which is why I want to sell it as a project, because I think it's worth too much money to part out. Plus, it's such a solid car. I mean, you really don't run across these. They're in such excellent shape. I believe it's a California car or Lifetime Southwest car. It used to be 100% Dresden blue. So the whole upper and lower body was blue, and then obviously the interior was blue. Currently has a pearl white paint on it. I don't know if you can tell in video or not, but it has a cool and warm pearl in it, which is kind of neat. So anyway, I'm going to throw it up on eBay, and hopefully somebody likes it enough to take it home. Questions or concerns, drop them on the comments below, or feel free to email me through one of the links below, Facebook, Instagram, or my website. Thanks for looking.